Tony Mitchell on the scorebook. What? Hey, my microphone's even working. Well, early going here, JV action. Hillsboro trails by 4. The basket, Hillsboro's lone basket made by Kylan Bankston, a short jumper. I believe Wolpett just scored. Half these girls from Royall, I'm not even going to bother with because their numbers aren't even in my program. I don't know. Royall must have got new uniforms and forgot to transfer the numbers. Elizabeth Cairns for Hillsboro. You drive down the lane. Christiane Britsky with a long range 3 from Britsky. Puts Hillsboro right back in this thing. I think that's Mallory Rulin with the ball for Royall. Tried to feed Heesh. Past Rulin and out of bounds. It'll be Hillsboro's ball on the turnover. Coming in for the Tigers. Number 12, Hayden Bond in for the Tiger team. Cairns will inbound to Bond and back to Cairns, and up the floor comes Elizabeth. Full steam ahead. She's going to find Christiane Britsky. Back to Bond out front. Bond back down to Britsky. Britsky out to Cairns. Cairns top of the key, and now she's going to hop, skip, jump, and travel. Mallory Ruland inbound the ball. She'll get it into an unnamed player. Going to charge down the left side, swing it out to Wolpett. Wolpett misses the jumper. Royall with the rebound. Nakara Stuckey, I believe, got the rebound and must have stepped out of bounds as they're going to award the ball to the Tigers. Hayden Bond to inbound the ball for the Tiger team. Inbound to Elizabeth Cairns, and Cairns will once again charge up the floor for the Tigers. Cairns near the free throw line, pop it out to Bond. Bond driving left side, runs into trouble and back out front to Cairns. Cairns with the ball top of the key. Now come near side to Britsky. Britsky's going to feed it into Downing. Downing with the move. Hop, skip, jump back to Christiane Britsky for a 3. Doesn't go. Bond with the rebound. She'll take it up. Doesn't go. Rebound Wolpett. She stepped on the line. Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball on the baseline underneath their own basket. Hayden Bond to inbound the ball for the Tigers. She'll get it to Rayleigh Anderson. She's going to pop up along, too. It doesn't go. Rebound, Elizabeth Cairns. Cairns to Hayden Bond. Bond with the ball. Looking for some help. She'll feed it inside to Rayleigh Anderson. Anderson will be tied up, and it'll be Royall ball by possession arrow. And Royall will be inbounding the ball. I see Tegan Posh coming in to inbound the ball. She'll dump it into an unnamed player. Somebody that must have traded for this afternoon because she's not on the roster. And we're going to have a travel by Posh. Kylan Begston set to inbound the ball for the Tigers. Elizabeth Cairns awaiting the inbound pass. Checking into the game is last name Hooks, first name Lauren. She'll come in for Christiane Britsky. And Cairns will bring the ball up the floor. Cairns with a high dribble gets it out to Hooks. Hooks and Cairns are neighbors. Cairns out in the near wing. It's a Yuba connection down there. Rayleigh Anderson. Going to take one off the backboard. Rebound Hayden Bond. Her shot can't go. And Heesh with the rebound. She'll outlet to Posh. And up the floor come the Panthers. Posh will dip it out. Rebound Rayleigh Anderson. And Anderson outlet to Bankston. And Bankston charges up the floor for the Tigers. She'll bring it back out front to Hooks. Hooks. 12-foot jumper off the back of the backboard. And Heesh with the rebound. Outlet to Posh. And Teagan will charge up the floor with the ball for the Panthers. Delaney Salm, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Hillsboro. Not for sure who it was on, but it's Hillsboro's fourth team foul. Carmen Erickson awaiting the check in. Oh, we're going to have the old hockey line change. Is Downing, Britsky, I think Kylie Anderson. A missed free throw by Heesh. And here they all come charging onto the floor. 22 is Kylie Anderson on the game now. Stanek. Autumn Stanek in the game for the Tigers. Heesh lines up for free throw number 2. And she'll can that one away. And Carmen Erickson with the ball will charge up the floor to the near side for the Hillsboro. Erickson out front to Stanek. Stanek top of the key near the free throw line. Driving down left side. Stanek will off her foot and out of bounds. Teagan Posh to inbound the ball. Find Heesh underneath. Heesh with a drive up and in. And Carmen Erickson will charge up the floor for the Tigers. Come near side to Stanek. Stanek on the right side. She'll take it, throw it against the legs of Nakara Stuckey. Carmen Erickson to inbound on the near baseline for the Tigers. Erickson into Stanek. Stanek out front to Britsky. Christiana Britsky drives to the left side. Now down the corner to Erickson. Long range 3, and she'll nail the three-pointer for Erickson. And Hillsboro only trailing by a basket. Up the floor comes Posh. Posh to Heesh. Heesh is going to be fouled by Autumn Stanek. That's her first personal team's 5th team foul. Waiting to check into the game for Royall. Yeah, I don't know who it is. Number 25. Not on my program. They must have had a big trade today in Royall. They don't have these names in the program. Both I could text Tony the Tiger Mitchell and find out who they are.
University player?
No. Could text Tony the Tiger Mitchell and ask her who 25 is and number 11. 33 Nakara Stuckey checking out for the unnamed player. And Heesh lines up for free throw number 2. And she'll go off the back of the iron. And stolen by Carmen Erickson. We're off to the races. Down the right side, pulls up, 8-foot jumper off the rim. Rebound. Don't know who it is. Number 25. And now to Heesh. Heesh in the bottom. They're going to give it, they're going to say it's off Christiana Britsky. And Amber Robson to check in. Checking into the game for Hillsboro, Lauren Hooks. For Royall is Mallory Rulin. They'll dump the pass in, long 3-point shot. Nothing but net, the outside of the net. And it's going to go out of bounds, be turnover, Hillsboro ball. Carmen Erickson looking for someone to inbound the ball to her. Hillsboro's going to have a timeout here. So we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Kathy Burmaster and the Hillsboro Tigers. We're going to sit down and hash things out, talk things over. You want to talk, Corey? You got anything to add? No? All right. Christiana Britsky to inbound the ball for the Tigers. Carmen Erickson awaiting the inbound pass. Royall showing a 2-1-2 zone defense. As Erickson brings it down, comes near side to Hooks. Hooks dribbles in, 12-foot jump shot, little errant. Rebounded by Kylie Anderson, and she's might have been fouled on the shot. Kylie doesn't know if she was or not. Apparently it was on the floor. As Carmen Erickson ready to inbound the ball near sideline for the Tigers. Erickson to Britsky. Britsky on the far wing with the ball. She'll lob one in side to Downing, and Downing's going to get called for a traveling. And up the floor come the Royal Panthers. There's a travel there they missed. Nonetheless, the ball goes out of bounds. Royal will retain possession of the ball as Amber Robson will get set to inbound the ball. And the Robson pass will come into Wolpett. Wolpett dribbles around inside the lane, back to Robson. Robson out front, now to the wing. 25 gets it knocked away from her. Now that falls in the hands of Wolpett, who did her best bicycle pedaling and got called for traveling. In the game for Hillsboro, 3 players. Kylan Bankston, Elizabeth Cairns, and Rayleigh Anderson. Hooks with the inbound pass and right back to Erickson. Erickson up the floor, gets it Cairns. Cairns top of the key with the ball. She'll bring it over the near side to Erickson, right back to Cairns. Cairns. And that's going to be a double dribble. Cairns threw the ball, pulled it back on the pass. She can't pass the ball to herself, and then she started dribbling. If she would just pick the ball up, no harm, no foul, but she took off dribbling. That's a double dribble in everybody's book. So up the floor comes number 11. She's going to drive the whole way, reverse layup and in. And we come near side to Cairns. Elizabeth Cairns with the ball, now up front to Hooks. Lauren Hooks with the ball. She's going to get her pass stolen by Wolpett. Wolpett up the floor and pulls it way out front and somehow ends up into the hands of Mallory Ruland, who now loses it. Now Elizabeth Cairns will track down the loose ball, get it to Carmen Erickson, and up the floor come the Tigers. Now that was kind of exciting. They get the ball down to Bankston. Bankston with a shot goes off the back of the iron. Rebound Wolpett, and we're going to have a foul by Bankston. Be Hillsboro's 6th team foul. The next foul will put Royall into the bonus. And Mallory Ruland awaits on the far baseline to inbound the ball. Checking into the game is Kaylee Pfaff. And we're going to have a foul called on the floor by Lauren Hooks. That's going to set up a bonus situation as a player to be named later, number 25, will step in up to the free throw line. Christiana Britsky in the game, and as of now, Hillsboro will play with 6 players. Now I guess Rayleigh Anderson will take a break. A little dribble mania at the free throw line. And shot number 1 falls through the hoop. We line up for shot number 2. Looking to double up the score on Hillsboro. And Royall does exactly that, leading now 16-8. Inbound pass, Bankston to Erickson. Erickson charges up the floor and now gets it to Hooks. Hooks near side. She'll go cross court to Cairns and now to the far side to Britsky. Britsky brings it up front to Erickson, now to Cairns. Cairns with the ball. She'll go to Britsky. Christiana Britsky drives the left side and brings the ball back out, now to Cairns. Cairns on the wing. She gets knocked out of bounds by Royal Panther number 25. Checking into the game is Rayleigh Anderson and Hayden Bond. Britsky and Hooks will take a seat. And Rayleigh Anderson. She bring it up front to Bond. Bond on the far side. Looking for some help. Looking for anybody. It's knocked away and stolen by number 25. I wonder if I got a 25 on my other program that I printed off here. Hell, I got all kinds of programs. Nope, no 25 there. I don't know. She's playing a good ball game. Be proud of her. Number 2 is Tegan Posh. Tegan Posh, you're going to get it to Wolpett. Wolpett now driving the right side, pulls up. They're going to call a foul underneath. They're going to send Wolpett to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. That's Hillsboro's 9th team foul. Alexis Downing waiting to check in, as well as Christiana Britsky. And they'll check in for the Tigers. For checking out is Carmen Erickson, Kylan Bankston. Wolpett will line up for shot number 2. And that one rattles around the rim and out. Rebound, Rayleigh Anderson. Outlet, Hayden Bond. Bond brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Elizabeth Cairns with the ball. She'll go far side to Bond. Bond to Cairns. Cairns inside to Downing, and Downing's fouled on the floor. Only the second team foul. I believe they're going to charge that foul on Tegan Posh. Her first personal, second team foul for Royall. Checking into the game, I think, is Nakara Stuckey. Britsky with the ball on the far wing. She'll drive down the left side, now back out front to Hayden Bond. Hayden Bond to Britsky. Long range 3-point shot off the backboard. Chase for the loose ball. And it's run down by Tegan Posh. Wolpett, now it's stolen by Elizabeth Cairns. Around her back and out of bounds near the scorer's table. Royall will get possession of the ball. So Royall to inbound the ball. He'll dump it into Tegan Posh in the backcourt. Tegan will bring it across the timeline into Tiger territory. Tegan Posh driving the right side. She'll pull it up and get Nakara Stuckey. Stuckey with the ball. And they're going to call a foul on Elizabeth Cairns. I believe that's her second personal, team's 9th. And Erickson will be checking into the game along with Bankston. Checking out is Cairns and Rayleigh Anderson. Stuckey to the line to shoot 2 for the Panthers. And coming into the game now is Amber Robson. She will come in for Kaylee Pfaff. And it was a bonus situation. So the next ball will be double bonus. They find assist from Christiana Britsky to Carmen Erickson. Erickson will put it in for the deuce. Hillsboro struggling with points in this first half. Find themselves only 2 shots down as Mallory Rulin's going to drive the right side. Hustle play by Christiana Britsky, but Royall tracks down a loose ball. And now we'll carry the ball out of bounds, but they're going to call a pushing foul on Hillsboro. That will put Royall into the double bonus as it's Hillsboro's 10th team foul here in the first half. So going to the line, can't necessarily say they're shooting, but to throw up a couple free throws is Nakara Stuckey. Well, the first throw on the way and off the back of the iron. Stuckey will line up for shot number 2. The Stuckey shot, hard off the backboard and the rim. Rebound, Kylan Bankston. Bankston with the ball. Stolen by the big Deuce here. Coming down, go coast to coast and doesn't get it. She gets her own rebound. Tegan Posh with a lot of work there in the last 15 seconds. Tegan showing them how it's done. Nonetheless, it'll be a turnover to Hillsboro. Inbound pass to Carmen Erickson, and up the floor comes Erickson. Comes to the near side to Hayden Bond, I believe. Bond back to Bankston. Bankston 12-foot jumper doesn't go. Rebound. Nakara Stuckey. Stuckey outlet to Wolpett. Wolpett up the floor for the Panthers. Driving the right side all the way coast to coast. Doesn't go. Rebound Bankston. Bankston and Hillsboro come up the floor. They'll break it off to Erickson. Erickson pulls up. 8-foot jumper and it drains her down in. And up the floor come the Panthers. Mallory Rulin now back out to Wolpett. Wolpett driving right side. Loses the ball and out of bounds. Be a turnover. Hillsboro ball. Hillsboro only down by 2 shots. Total of 4 points. Olivia Heesh checking into the game. Checking out will be Nakara Stuckey. And Bankston brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Near side to Erickson. Erickson will force it down inside to Downing. Downing, 3 people on her, and Downing's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws as she is fouled. Only the 4th team foul on Royall. Royall playing a pretty clean game so far tonight. And Downing to the line to shoot a pair. She'll bank one off the backboard as Downing says the bank is open. She'll line up for shot number 2. And she banks them both home. So Downing with a pair of free throws. Hillsboro only down by 1 shot as Royall inbounds the ball to Tegan Posh, and Posh will charge up the floor for the Panthers. Now she get called for double dribble. So Hillsboro with a chance to tie this thing up for the first time since it was 0-0, as Hillsboro's trailed the whole game. Bond will inbound to Erickson. Erickson pull up, get it down to Bond. Bond out near wing now to Erickson. Erickson loses her dribble now to Britsky. Britsky's going to feed it to Bankston, who's a little bit too hard off the backboard. And Royall will come up the floor charging away is Mallory Rulin. She gets caught in trouble. Now she'll find Wolpett on the far side of the floor. Wolpett driving the right side. She'll bring it back out and is stolen by Hayden Bond. Bond to Bankston, and Bankston brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers across the timeline and into the front court. Near side to Erickson, long range 3-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebound Bankston. Bankston's going to turn around, dump it out to Britsky. Britsky with a jump fake and a 15-footer. Doesn't go. Rebound Heesh. And up the floor come the Panthers. There's Wolpett pulled up, wanted to take that 3. She gives it to Heesh up in the top of the key, and now to Posh. Posh driving right side, takes it up and in. Tegan Posh with the big basket and a 2-score lead. Bankston with the ball for Hillsboro. Hayden Bond down in the corner now, and now she'll bring it up front to Erickson. Erickson pump fakes the 3, gets it to Britsky. Britsky feeds Bankston, who is blocked underneath by 22, Amber Robson. Give her some love, but she blocks the shot. Now Hillsboro called for traveling. Into the game for Hillsboro, Rayleigh Anderson, Kylie Anderson, and Elizabeth Cairns. Number 11 in the game for Royall. Mallory Ruland with the ball. She'll bring it across the timeline for Hillsboro into the front court. And they'll get it to Heesh underneath, and Heesh can't connect. Rebound Rayleigh Anderson. She outlet to Erickson, and up the floor charge the Tigers. Erickson on the far side brings it near side to Cairns. Cairns with the ball. Driving down right side, pulls up. Brings it out to Britsky. Britsky now over to Erickson. Erickson to Cairns. Cairns out in the front court with the ball. Brings it near side wing to Britsky. Britsky in the front court for the Tigers, goes far side wing, dribbles toward the baseline, brings it back out front to Cairns. Cairns going to have her ball knocked away and out of bounds. Hillsboro retain possession. And Elizabeth will inbound the ball, and now it looks like Kylie Anderson will inbound the ball. Britsky to Rayleigh Anderson. Rayleigh Anderson working underneath, and she's fouled. That's only I guess that's the fourth team foul on Royall. And Hillsboro will inbound the ball. Carmen Erickson underneath Hillsboro's own basket on the near baseline. Erickson dump it into Kylie Anderson. And Britsky will track down the loose ball on the near wing and out front to Elizabeth Cairns. Cairns on the far wing with the ball out front to Britsky. Britsky near side to Erickson. Erickson tries to feed it down to Kylie Anderson. It's knocked out of bounds by Amber Robson. Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball. Checking into the game, Delaney Salm will check in for Amber Robson. And Cairns with the inbounds pass. Patiently waiting. She'll dump it in Kylie Anderson. Long range three by Anderson. Just a bit short. Rebounded by Olivia Heesh. Here come the Panthers. Ruland with the ball. Going to feed Wolpett. Wolpett charging in, can't connect. Rebound. Kylie Anderson, outlet Erickson. Erickson all the way down floor to Christiana Britsky. Put it up at the buzzer and it doesn't go. And Hillsboro will go to the locker room trailing 14-18. Scoring for Hillsboro, Carmen Erickson with 7. Christiana Britsky with 3. Kylan Bankston with a deuce, and Alexis Downing with 2 free throws. For a total of 14 points. We'll take a break, step back, and we'll be back in 7 minutes with second half action. Back, ready to start second half action. On the floor for Hillsboro. Esther Nilden, Herman Erickson, Alexis Downing, Kylie Anderson, and Kylie Bankston. Ball stolen by Erickson. Erickson will go coast to coast and be fouled. Foul's going to be charged to Nakara Stuckey, first team foul of the second half. Erickson to the line to shoot a pair of free throws for the Tigers. Erickson's first free throw on the way off the back of the iron. That doesn't work. So we'll line up and try for number 2. Second shot on the way, and that one rattles around and out, but rebound Alexis Downing. She can't get that to go. Rebound Olivia Heesh. Outlet pass for Royall, and up the floor come the Panthers. A nice drive, doesn't go. Rebound Carmen Erickson, and she'll charge up the floor with Tigers in tow. Now she'll find Kylan Bankston. Bankston to Downing, back to Bankston, and now Erickson out front, near side to Anderson. Kylie Anderson will be picked off here, pocket picked. Up the floor comes Royall, and they'll launch one out of bounds. Another turnover, Hillsboro ball. Hillsboro only down by 2 possessions here. They just got to make them count. The Downing inbound pass to Erickson, and Erickson will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Erickson to the far side to Bankston. Bankston feeds Downing down low, and now back out Bankston. Bankston with old head fake. Now Bankston from Erickson dumps it into Downing. Downing turns around, will drop it in. Alexis Downing now 4 on the night. Hillsboro only down by a possession. And up the floor come the Panthers. We get it inside to Robson. And Robson's going to get called for traveling as she was tiptoeing around the free throw line. And Kylan Bankston to inbound the ball for the Tigers on the far baseline into Erickson. Erickson will have the honors of bringing the ball across the timeline for Hillsboro into the far side, and out front to Bankston. Near side to Anderson. Long range 3-point shot by Anderson doesn't go. Knocked away. Anderson will track down the swat. And Erickson now on the far side wing. Erickson driving right side. Will throw it up, a twisting, turning, and it's going to go off of Esther Nilden and out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. Royall ball. And Nakara Stuckey will inbound the ball. Up the floor come the Panthers, leading by 2. And this one's stolen by Carmen Erickson, and she temporarily loses it, tracks it down. Now she can find Bankston, a dribble, and in. So Bankston on the boards with her 4th point of the night. Royall is going to have a 30-second timeout to talk things over. As we're all knotted up for the first time since this game was 0-0, it's 18-18. So it took about 18 minutes for Hillsboro to score 18 points to tie this thing up. First time since it's at 0-0. Royall trying to kill the Hillsboro Tiger momentum as they lead the second half now 4-0. Chipping away at this Royall team. As Hillsboro brings their starting 5 back out onto the floor. Be a Royall ball after the Bankston basket. Hillsboro showing some pressure here. Royall get the ball inbound and across the timeline. Out front to Stuckey. Stuckey back to the far side. Ball bounced underneath, and we're going to have a foul. Number 25, our player not in the program, will go to the line to shoot free throws. Having a dandy game. Still waiting word from Tony the Tiger Mitchell, the official scorekeeper, who number 25 is, and we can pass the name on to you. Nonetheless, her first free throw on the way, and rolls her on the rim and out. Rayleigh Anderson's going to check into the game. She's going to come in for Kylan Bengtsson. Also checking into the game is Christiana Britsky, and she will come in for Esther Nilden. Second throw on the way, bounces off the back of the iron, rebound Alexis Downing. Downing will outlet to Britsky, and Britsky charges up the floor with the ball. She'll bring it near side to Erickson. Erickson, 21-foot three-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebound and tied up by Alexis Downing. Possession arrow, Hillsboro. So Hillsboro looking for their first lead of the game. They'll get a shot here with possession of the ball. Checking into the game for Royall. Well, checking out is Amber Robson. Checking in is Delaney Salm, I believe. Inbound pass to Downing, Erickson, Britsky, back to Downing. Downing turnaround jump shot. Hillsboro has their first lead of the game, and Alexis Downing with 6 on the night. Erickson's going to track down the rebound for Hillsboro and bring the ball up the floor by herself. Pushing a whole team, both teams up the floor. Downing back to Britsky, long range three. Downing off the rim. Rebounded by Royall. Up the floor they come again. Charging down the right side. Partially blocked by Rayleigh Anderson. And she'll take the ball away. Give it to Erickson. Erickson dancing around the timeline. Get it to Alexis Downing. Downing is fouled and will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws to try to strengthen this Hillsboro lead. Second team foul on Royall. A player to be named later, waiting to check in for the Tigers. Elizabeth Cairns getting up ready to check in for the Tigers. Downing with her first shot on the way. And that one she can't bang home. Checking in at the game is Tegan Posh for the Panthers. And as of now, the Panthers will play with 6. And now number 25 heading to the bench. Elizabeth Cairns will check in for Kylie Anderson. And we're back. I thought I lost it for a minute. Now Downing will hit that one. Downing now 7 on the night. And up the floor come the Panthers. Tegan Posh pushing the ball up the floor. She'll come near side to Stuckey. Stuckey and it's stolen by Carmen Erickson. She just might hang on the rim. She's lanky, but she uses a nice left hand and drops it in. I wonder if girls like to be called lanky. Anyway, up the floor comes Tegan Posh. Delaney Salm out front, looking for somebody to help her out. Finally, Stuckey will help her out. No, drive and doesn't go. And we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Hillsboro. They're retreating. It's going to be a foul on Royall. That's their third team foul. They think they're shooting free throws. And I guess indeed they are. So both teams with 2 team fouls. That one caught a whole lot of nothing there. So we'll line up for shot number 2. Hillsboro with their biggest lead of the night, leading by 5. Royall trying to cut into it. And now they're going to call a lane violation on Royall. Nullifies a shot, which didn't make it anyway, and Hillsboro will inbound the ball. We're going to have a 30-second timeout called by Susan Heesh of the Royall Panthers. They talk things over. Hillsboro trailed for most of the game. And now they find themselves with a 5-point lead. And they appear very determined not to let that lead slip away. On the floor for Hillsboro, Alexis Downing, Christiane Abritsky, Elizabeth Cairns, Carmen Erickson, and Rayleigh Anderson. Anderson will inbound to Erickson. Erickson up the floor for the Tigers. Goes far side to Britsky. Britsky far side wing comes near side to Cairns. Cairns looking for some help and will launch one toward the stage and out of bounds. Be a turnover, and coming into the game is Lauren Hooks, as she'll check in for Christiane Abritsky. Tegan Posh set to inbound the ball. Carmen Erickson showing pressure. Now Alexis Downing comes up. Inbounds pass made, and the Panthers off to the races. Driving down the lane, and now caught in traffic. She'll get it to Posh. Posh gets caught in trouble. And Cairns will tie it up for a jump ball. Possession arrow Royall. Great hustle shown by Elizabeth Cairns. Getting the arrow back for Hillsboro anyway, and getting ready to inbound the ball. Royall, they got nobody that wants to inbound the ball. All 5 people on the floor want the inbound pass. Now they're going to make a adjustment as Stuckey is going to take a seat on the bench. And now we switch it up again. I don't know what's going on. Tegan Posh to inbound the ball for Royall. Hillsboro, they're going to say that Posh stepped on the black inbound line. I'm not so sure that's a violation unless she traveled, because she didn't touch white wood, I don't think. Whatever. Lauren Hooks, have to watch the instant replay, I guess. Rayleigh Anderson now driving down. Get it, Alexis Downing turns around, had a good second half so far. Shot doesn't go. Downing will track down her own rebound, and we're going to have a foul called on Tegan Posh. Be the 3rd team foul on Royall. Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball underneath their own basket on the near baseline. Erickson inbound the ball. She'll get it to Bankston. Bankston traveling in, get it to Anderson. Rayleigh Anderson on the outside, now up front to Lauren Hooks. Hooks dribbling around near the top of the key, will dump it out the front court to Cairns. Cairns will lob one inside, and Bankston will dribble it off. Cairns tracks it down, an amazing pass to Hooks. The Hooks with an 18.5-foot 2, and it doesn't go. Rebound Royall. And now we're going to have a foul by Lauren Hooks, taking her frustrations out. So both teams now with 3 team fouls apiece. Royall to inbound the ball on the near sideline. And the ball is inbounded and stolen by Carmen Erickson. Erickson will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers on the near side, drop it down the baseline to Cairns. Cairns back out front to Hooks. Hooks going down the right side now. Bring it out to Erickson. Erickson dumps it into Bankston for an assist, and Bankston couldn't finish. Beautiful pass by Erickson, and Kylan Bankston could not finish. Hillsboro retained possession of the ball as the rebound was knocked out of bounds. Erickson inbound underneath Hillsboro's own basket. They'll get it to Hooks. Hooks driving now. She'll kick it out to Erickson. 21-foot 3-pointer, and she rattles it home. Carmen Erickson now 12 on the night for the Tigers. Up the floor comes Tegan Posh. Royall with the ball in the front court. Time ticking away. Posh with a long 3 off the back of the iron. Rebound, Carmen Erickson. Knocked away and out of bounds off for Royall. Hillsboro retained possession of the ball. Checking into the game for the Tigers, Esther Nilden and Hayden Bond. Carmen Erickson and Rayleigh Anderson will take a break. To inbound the ball to Cairns, and Cairns will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Cairns with a travel. She pulled up the pass and she drugged the pivot foot. Hillsboro leading by 8. It's their biggest lead of the game. And Royall with the plethora of substitutes. Heesh, I see, back in. Stuckey back in. As Nilden will steal the ball, outlet to Cairns. And now Autumn Stanek in for Hillsboro. And they're going to say it's out of bounds on Tegan Posh on the fight for the ball. And Hillsboro retain possession. Hayden Bond inbound the ball for the Tigers. She'll dump it into Bankston. 18-foot deuce. Rattles up to the top of the board and in. So Kylan Bankston now 6 points on the night for the Tigers. And their biggest point of the night, a double-digit lead of 10. Tegan Posh dribbles it off her foot, and Stuckey tracks the ball down, but steps out of bounds while doing it. The Hillsboro ball on the far baseline. Hayden Bond inbound the ball. Elizabeth Cairns awaiting the ball. Checking into the game is, I think Posh thought she was checking out, said she was checking in. And Cairns into the front court with the ball, and she's having trouble with the footwork on the floor. Cairns now, she'll tell them boys at noon hour to keep the cowboy boots off the floor. She's having trouble finding some footing down there. So a turnover, give Royall the ball as we come 8:50 left to play in the game. Hillsboro with a 10-point lead. Hillsboro trailed for most of the game. And they're going to call a travel on Stuckey. And checking into the game is Delaney Salm. She'll come in for Stuckey. Inbounding the ball, Hayden Bond. She'll dump it into Elizabeth Cairns, and Elizabeth will come up the floor with the ball for the Tigers. To Bond on the near wing. She'll dump it into Bankston. Bankston with a fake drives it down, and now out to Stanek. Stanek back to Cairns. Cairns to Autumn Stanek. Stanek with the ball. A couple pump fakes, now down into Bankston. Bankston inside the lane, partially blocked. Bankston gets the ball and will drop it in. Bankston now with 8. Somehow she come up with an errant ball and drops it in. May I say it? Hillsboro with their biggest lead of the night at 12. Salm with the ball, trying to find help. She does. Roy with the ball far side to Heesh. Heesh on the far side corner. Dump it in, and Autumn Stanek almost with a great steal, but she drops the ball out of bounds. Royall will retain possession of the ball. And Royall with their first points of the second half. And now Hayden Bond, they're only going to give her 2. Toe on the line, but Hayden Bond in the scores column with her first basket of the night. That's as long a 2-point shot as you will see. Elizabeth Cairns applying pressure. We're going to have full timeout for Royall as they had nobody to inbound the ball to. And Hillsboro playing quite impressive. They're winning the second half right now 18-2. As Royall has just scored their first 2 points of the second half. Hillsboro so far in the second half outscoring Royall 18-2. So Hillsboro, after a slow start, they're looking for a dominating finish. As the coach signaled for a full timeout, it ended up being a 30-second timeout, so we kept it right here, and the players back on the floor. For Hillsboro's Autumn Stanek, Esther Nilden, Elizabeth Cairns, Hayden Bond, and Kylan Bankston. Cairns coming up to apply some pressure, and Royall already hollering for some help, and they're not really putting a lot of pressure on. The referee's still with the ball as they're making some checks and balances at the scorer's table. a thumbs up for everybody, and we will now play ball. And the ball's inbounded. Elizabeth Cairns applying full court pressure to Royall. It's knocked away, and Cairns going to come up with a steal, and it's Cairns against the world off her foot. She grabs it, and they're going to say she touched the baseline. They had a better view of it than I did. I would have rather probably called traveling on that. But nonetheless, a turnover, and Royall, with possession of the ball, will try to climb their way back into this. After a very slow start here in the second half for Royall, they'll feed Heish, and Heish is going to get fouled. That may go on Elizabeth. She's got about 3 fouls on the night. They are going to pin it on Elizabeth Cairns. 4th team foul. And Olivia Heish to the line to shoot free throws for the Panther team. And Heish will nail that one. An old hockey line change for Hillsboro. Alexis Downing, Rayleigh Anderson, Lauren Hooks, Christiana Britsky, and Carmen Erickson into the game for Hillsboro. And Heish lines up for shot number 2. And she makes them both. Cuts the Hillsboro lead to 10. And Carmen Erickson will charge up the floor with the ball for Hillsboro. Far side to Lauren Hooks. Hooks will feed it down inside to Downing. Downing to Erickson, near side to Britsky. Britsky finds Downing, and they're going to call 3 seconds in the lane. I believe on Downing. Be a turnover on the violation. And up the floor come the Royall Panthers. And Royall score their 6th point of the game. They pull within 8 now. A lot of time left in this one in the second half. Christiana Britsky now, and she'll nail it. She'll get that 10-point lead back up there. Christiana Britsky now with 5 on the night. Carmen Erickson will strong arm hold robbery, and she gets it down. Christiana Britsky runs it down in the far corner. She'll pull up long 3-point by Britsky, and she nails it. Britsky all of a sudden with the hot hand. She's got 8 now on the night for the Tigers. Full court pressure applied by Erickson. Now Britsky's going to come over and try to cut it off. And it's going to go off of Royall out of bounds. And Royall with the a lot of new faces here, and the car is Stuckey back into the game. I think Robson may be back into the game. 53, Kaylee Pfaff in the game. Tegan Posh in the game for the Royall Panthers. Rayleigh Anderson's going to inbound the ball to Erickson. Erickson will bring the ball up the floor. We got whistles blowing, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Knee brace. Said to pull up her knee brace.
Oh my goodness. An equipment timeout. We'll talk about equipment timeouts after a while. That's a good sign for Hillsboro, because that means Royall's tired when you start getting equipment timeouts. Royall working the ball around. Nice jump shot. Number 11, the unnamed person in the program, who I still have not gotten a name for, will drop down. Point number 8 in the half for Royall. Alexis Downing forces one up. Rayleigh Anderson with a rebound and cleaning up the garbage. Call her the garbage man. Rayleigh Anderson with her first 2 of the night. Hillsboro up by 13. Amber Robson, and it's picked off by Anderson. Look at this. She's going to hang on the rim. Anderson can't finish on the lay-in. She should have hung on the rim. She would have made it. Erickson, long range 3. Setting Erickson up, doesn't go. Rebound Royall. Royall stumbled down the floor, and a hook shot in for number 11. cuts this lead down to 11, and Erickson will bring her team up the floor across the timeline into the front court for Hillsboro. Erickson to Hooks. Hooks drives in, 13-foot jumper block. Downey will track it down, now stolen from Downey. And up the floor comes Royall. I don't know, dribble mania, I guess. Nice shot, nice finish by Tegan Posh. She'll drop in the ball. The lead down by 9, and Coach Kathy Burmaster would like to talk things over as she's watched her team's 13-point lead shrink down to a 9-point lead. Like to remind everybody to stay tuned. 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one, I have the Scenic Bluffs Conference battle between the visiting Royal Panthers and Hillsboro Tigers as we open up the Scenic Bluffs Conference season. Both teams looking for, I'm sure, one of their goals, maybe the number one goal, is to win a Scenic Bluffs title. I would say Hillsboro and Royal very evenly matched up. We'll talk a little bit about that between games. So 15 minutes after the conclusion of this game, we'll have our first Scenic Bluffs Conference varsity action of the year. Bankston will inbound the ball to Erickson. Erickson brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Erickson down the far corner to Britsky. Britsky back to Erickson on a wing, near wing to Kylie Anderson. She'll launch a three-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebound Heesh for Royal. She'll outlet, and here come the Panthers. Panthers chipping into Hillsboro's lead. It's knocked away by Erickson. Great defense, and now I don't know if it's going to be Downing or Erickson who's going to get hooked on this foul. It'll be the 5th team foul on Hillsboro. And they're going to call it on Erickson on a push in the back. She was a little frustrated, thought she had a steal. Royal made a good play to keep possession of the ball. Inbounding the ball is Stuckey. She'll get it into Royal, and now Bankston with a quick defensive play will knock it out of bounds. Royal will retain possession of the ball. Checking into the game, Rayleigh Anderson. She's going to check in for Alexis Downing. Jump shot just short, tracked down by Royal, and that one's going to roll in. Royal cuts this lead down to 7. And here comes Erickson bringing Hillsboro up. Hillsboro maybe needs to work the clock a little more than what they are. And tried to get it into Bankston. We're going to have a foul called on 22, I believe, Amber Robson. It'll be the 4th team foul on Royal. Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball as Erickson gets set to inbound the ball on the near baseline underneath her own basket. So Erickson with the ball. She'll get it into Bankston. Bankston with a move. Drives in. 10-foot jumper around the hoop and out. Royal with the rebound. That was Stuckey with the rebound. And to bring near side Stuckey. And the ball goes out of bounds. And Stuckey can't track the ball down. Hillsboro will take possession of the ball. Checking in is Elizabeth Cairns for Kylie Anderson. And Hillsboro with a 7-point lead with just under 3 minutes to play. He'll look to try to put this one away. Erickson in the front court. Go far side to Britsky. Britsky's going to feed it inside to Bankston, and Bankston's fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2 fouls. 2 foul shots for Bankston coming up. Bankston will line up on the free throw line for shot number 1. And Bankston will rim one out. Free throws have not been a real bright spot for any of the Hillsboro teams this year. So Bankston lines up for shot number 2. And she'll rim that one out. And Britsky with her hand on it. Can't flag it down before it goes out of bounds. It'll be a Royal possession of the ball. Erickson providing pressure. Now they inbound the ball to Heesh up the midcourt. And it's stolen by Erickson. She'll swing the ball around. And time to teach these girls how to win. Way too much hustle, way too much shooting. Rayleigh Anderson trying to clean up the garbage. Doesn't go. Rebound to Royal. And a jump ball. Hillsboro will take possession on the jump ball on the possession arrow. So Hillsboro now with 2:13 left to play and 3 timeouts. I think it's time to use one of those timeouts, and that's just what Kathy Burmaster is going to do, 30-second timeout. Hillsboro's got time for these girls. Their 5th game of the season now. Time to teach them how to win. Now is when you milk that clock and win the game at the free throw line. Even though we have just said that free throws have not been the strong suit of any Hillsboro team this year. And Hillsboro back on the floor with the ball. Erickson, Bankston, Cairns, Britsky, and Rayleigh Anderson. You don't think I can keep 2 Andersons straight? What am I going to do the next game with 3 Gruins? So Bankston to inbound the ball to Erickson. And Royall is in pressure mode, possibly even foul mode, and there was one there that they're going to let him play. Erickson across the timeline now to Cairns. Cairns going to dribble around in the front court, hand off to Britsky. Hillsboro's going to get in trouble with their handoff. Erickson now on the near side with the ball. Erickson to Bankston. Bankston making a move on the basket and is fouled. And now Bankston will have to make free throws. Alexis Downing waiting to check into the game as we await the first Bankston free throw. Up and off the back of the iron. And it appears that Downing will be coming in for Bankston, providing she makes a shot. Into the game for Royall is Tegan Posh. Bankston's second shot on the way, a little hard off the iron, and rebounded by Royall. Up the floor we come for Royall. Hillsboro clinging to a 7-point lead as of right now. Driving down underneath the basket, reverse layup and in. A pretty play by number 11 for the Panthers. We're down to a 5-point lead. And number 25 is going to ride Carmen Erickson right out of bounds. That's the 6th team foul, the 7th. It'll send Erickson to the line to shoot a bonus. So Erickson will go to the line to shoot free throws for the Tigers. Christiana Britsky into the game for the Tigers. Elizabeth Cairns in the game for the Tigers. Rayleigh Anderson, Alexis Downing, and Erickson to shoot a bonus free throw. And off the back of the iron. Olivia Heesh charges down the floor for Royall, gets it across the timeline. Royall with the ball. Bring it out front to Stuckey. Stuckey down to Heesh in the near corner. Good feed number 11. She's off the bottom of the iron. And we're going to call a foul. We're saying fouls on the floor. Be Royall ball, I believe, because we're not shooting free throws. Hillsboro 16 foul. So both teams will be in the bonus. And a shot by Royall and tracked down by Erickson. Erickson comes out of traffic with the ball. Down the floor. Here comes Downing with the layup. Doesn't go. Rebound to clean up the garbage as Anderson doesn't go. Royall comes out of it. Final minute of play. Hillsboro leading by 5. And it all comes down to this. Heesh is Downing ties up Heesh. Royall with the possession arrow with 47 seconds, about 48 seconds left to play in this one. Hillsboro leading by 2 scores. And Royall inbounding the ball on their own baseline. They'll get it to Heesh, and it's down to a 1-score game again. Hillsboro up by 3. And they're going to inbound the ball to Cairns. Cairns across half court, driving down. And she's going to pull up and travel. So Cairns looking for a new suitcase. And Royall looking for a chance to maybe tie this game. Up the floor they come. Tegan Posh on the near side. And it's blocked by Erickson. The pass and is stolen. Here comes Erickson charging down the left side, and she lost control of the ball. Hits the floor in disgust. And Royall will have this ball with just under 20 seconds to play. Kylan Bankston checking in for Rayleigh Anderson. And we're going to have a timeout called by Royall. It appears it's a full timeout as we get ready to play the last 20 seconds of this one. You can say free throws don't win ball games, but whoever loses this game can go back and look at their free throw percentage and say, boy, we could have won that game. Either team. Either team. Hillsboro back on the floor. Excuse me. Kylan Bankston, Christiana Britsky, Elizabeth Cairns, Carmen Erickson, and Alexis Downing, the five on the floor for the Tigers. It's going to be Royall ball. Royall with just under 20 seconds. 19.3, I think the clock says. 19.3 seconds. Royall with the ball. Don't necessarily have to jack up the three-pointer. You know, a quick two, foul Hillsboro. Hillsboro miss a free throw. They come down, they win the game. It's pretty simple mathematics there. Royall with the ball, streaking down the floor. Time not on their side, playing with the ball in the front court. Now they'll lob it down inside, and it's stolen by Erickson. This should be the game. Erickson will charge down the floor, now across the timeline. Erickson to Brisky, and that's going to do it. So Hillsboro's going to go down a three-point winner, their first conference game at JV level, 39 to Royall's 36. Quick scoring for Hillsboro, being led by Carmen Erickson's 12. Christiana Britsky 8, Kylan Bankston 8, Alexis Downing 7, and adding two apiece Rayleigh Anderson and Hayden Bond. For Hillsboro's 39 points. Sorry Royall fans, I quit keeping track of Royall scores when they failed to put Royall's players in the program. Nonetheless, stay tuned. In 15 minutes, we will have varsity basketball action. I'll be back here in about 12 minutes to recap some of the non-conference action of these teams and a little insight of the Scenic Plus Conference ahead. Please stay tuned. Welcome to Hillsboro High School in beautiful Hillsboro, Wisconsin. For our Scenic Bluffs Conference opener, an early season showdown between Hillsboro 4-0 with a non-conference record versus Royall with a like 4-0 record. This game has been a long time coming, as the Royall Panthers were the team that eliminated Hillsboro last year from tournament action. And both teams are returning experienced squads from a year ago, and both teams have their goals as a conference title. Hillsboro averaging 66 points per game are led by Violet Morin with 19 points per game, Lexi Thorson 12, and Kira Bezeric adding 11. Rebounding being led by Hillsboro's Violet Morin with 12, Lily Von Falkenstein with 7, Kira Bezeric yanking 5 off the glass. Leading into the all-important unselfish statistic with assists, Kira Bezeric, Lily Von Falkenstein, and Cameron Hansen all with 3 apiece. Royall is led by scoring while averaging 65 points per game. Mara Gruen 17, Kaylee Simmons 15, Michaela Martin with 12. Rebounding, Mara Gruen leading the way along with Bria Gruen with 8 apiece. Brooklyn Gruen grabbing 7 rebounds. Assists, Mara Gruen with 7, Bria Gruen with 4, and Brooklyn Gruen with 2. So Hillsboro was somewhat of a surprise this week, receiving the number 8 nod in the state of Division 5 poll by the Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association. Other teams in Hillsboro sectional receiving rankings: Blair Taylor, the Wildcats, are the number 1 seed. Belmont is number 6. So Hillsboro has some work to do, and it all starts tonight. Keys to tonight's game will be tough defense. Shutting down Mara Gruen would be another one, and making free throws, as we mentioned before. I don't care which Hillsboro basketball team you're watching, they have struggled with free throws this year. Stay tuned for our national anthem and starting lineups coming up next. So there you have it, our starting lineups as we get set for tip-off. For Royall, Michaela Martin, Kaylee Simmons, Brooklyn Gruen, Casey Jones, Mara Gruen. Hillsboro Thorson, Bizarek, Hansen, Von Falkenstein, and Morin. Violet Morin and Brooklyn Gruen set to tip it off. And Hillsboro control the tip to Bizarek. She'll go cross court to Hansen. Cameron Hansen, near side, gets her communication cross to Thorson, watches the ball go out of bounds and be turnover. As Royall will inbound the ball. Mara Gruen up the floor with it for the Panthers. Mara Gruen far side, she'll dump it inside. Brooklyn Gruen now up front to who's 5. So Bizarek with the ball, top of the key, now free throw line. Now she's going to throw it out of bounds. So Hillsboro throwing the ball out of bounds. 2 turnovers on 2 possessions. Hillsboro without a shot yet. I think inbounding the ball to Gracie Stanek. I don't know why Royall can't get their numbers right in the program. Mara Gruen with the ball on the far wing. They'll dump it into Brooklyn Gruen. Back to Mara Gruen. Now Casey Jones with a long 2 off the backboard. Rebound Lexi Thorson. Thorson will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. And now Kira Bizarek a pull up. Thorson top of the key now near side to Hansen. Cameron Hansen going to feed to Von Falkenstein. Working the right side. Up and in for Von Falkenstein. Gets Hillsboro on the board first. For the first score of the game. And up the floor comes Mara Gruen with the ball. Gruen near side to Stanek. Stanek going to work in. Free throw. Take it in. Jump shot and drop it in. Gracie Stanek counters with her own deuce of the night. And Cameron Hansen with the ball. Royall applying full court pressure to Hillsboro. Breaking the press has not been the strong suit for Hillsboro this year. Von Falkenstein with the ball in the front court for Hillsboro. She'll dribble down the near side wing. Dump it into Violet Morin wide open. There's an assist for Von Falkenstein and 2 points for Morin. And if Hillsboro gets that rolling, that'll be hard to stop. Mara Gruen working the ball down the floor. She'll try to dump it in. She to Jones, back out to 22 is Casey Jones with the jump shot, misses. Zarek now at the ball in front court, pulls up, 22-foot 3-point shot off the back of the iron. And Kaylee Simmons will track down the ball, streak down the floor, going coast to coast. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Lily Von Falkenstein, her first personal, team's first team foul. And I believe it's Kaylee Simmons to the line, shoot free throws for Royall. Royall, a 57% free throw shooting team. And checking in for Bizarek is Blower. Simmons, an 83% free throw shooter on the year. She'll make one of the two. On Falkenstein, she's going to feed it down to Blower, who got fancy with the feet. Here's Thorson, 3 points from top of the key, and Lexi Thorson's going to nail the 3 from the top of the key. And up the floor comes Mara Gruen and the Royall Panthers. Into the front court, down near top key, near wing. Gruen, cross court, is stolen by Blower, who they're going to call a fake double dribble, and it was a correct call. She absolutely double dribbled the ball. And Coach Egan arguing that she never had possession, and she maybe really didn't, but it's a travel then. But nonetheless, I agree with the call. Mara Gruen And she's going to get it knocked away. She gets her ball back, driving left side, runs into traffic. She got a short jump shot and make it. Mara Gruen on the board now. Cuts the lead to 2 for Hillsboro as they inbound the ball to Lily Von Falkenstein. She'll bring the ball up, loft it down court, off the hands of Violet Morin and out of bounds. I think Hillsboro needs to be patient. They trying to make something happen that's not there. Gruen will take the inbound pass from Stanek, and up the floor comes Gruen. Mara Gruen there, far wing. She'll come near side. Jones back to Stanek. Stanek, Gruen, and a bad pass. It's going to be tied up by Lily Von Falkenstein. And the possession arrow points to Royall. So Royall will keep possession of the ball. Stanek inbound on the near baseline underneath her own basket. We'll dump it into the backcourt to Simmons. Simmons, they're going to call a blocking foul, I believe. No, they're going to call it out of bounds. No, they are going to call a foul. I don't know if I agree with that either. They're going to charge it to 22. Jalen Blower, her first personal, team second. And Mara Gruen's going to get pushed out of bounds. They're going to say that she's fouled also now. No, they're going to say Mara Gruen just stepped out of bounds to the ball. So Hillsboro clinging 2-point lead here. And Jalen Blower to inbound the ball. Cameron Hansen now with the ball for Hillsboro. She'll take it back to Blower. Blower running point for Hillsboro. Lob it down court to Lily Von Falkenstein. He'll drive down in to bring it near side off the hands of Hansen. Hansen will save it right back to Simmons. Now, Thorson will take a shot. And it's a foul by Mara Gruen, who took a swat at the ball and caught the hand of Lexi Thorson. Thorson will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Hillsboro again, a 57% free throw shooting team. Thorson, one of the bright spots. She's about 65% on the year. And her first shot bounces off the front of the rim. Well, checking in Savannah Britsky, coming in for Jalen Blower. As Thorson will line up for shot number 2. And Lexi off the back of the iron, so she misses 2. Rebound Simmons, and up the floor come the Royal Panthers. Simmons going to dribble it right out of bounds and turn the ball over to Hillsboro. Totally out of control. Both teams trying to make something happen that just isn't there. Savannah Britsky to inbound the ball. She'll get it into Lily Von Falkenstein. Now to Britsky. Britsky's kind of a pistol in her own way. I think if she just takes the ball and goes, she's going to make it. And there's going to be a foul on Kaylee Simmons on the floor. I think that's what Hillsboro has to do. Take it right to them. If they aren't going to get in front of you, it's a foul every time. So that'd be Simmons' first personal, team second team foul. Kira Bazarek checking back into the game for the Tigers. Lily Von Falkenstein to inbound the ball. Cameron Hansen awaiting in the backcourt and will take the inbound pass and bring it up front for Hillsboro. Now far side to Bazarek. Bazarek brings it out front to Thorson. Thorson dumps it into Violet Morin, and she's hammered on the pass by Gracie Stanek. Stanek's first personal, team's third. The inbound pass goes to Cam Hansen. Out front to Von Falkenstein, now down the near side to Bazarek. Back out front, Cam Hansen, 20-foot three off the backboard. Rebound, I'm not for sure. Couldn't catch the numbers. Knocked out of, rebound by Stanek, knocked out of bounds by Bazarek on great defense. And Royall will take possession of the ball. Stanek to inbound the ball for Royall. She'll come near side to Brooklyn Gruen. Now back to Stanek. Stanek dribbling up front court to Mara Gruen. Mara Gruen back to Stanek. Stanek with the ball, far wing. Can't know where to go. She'll bring it back out. And now dump Mara Gruen in the corner, cross court. Brooklyn Gruen. Now up to Stanek. Stanek. Bria Gruen, who's in the game now. Now Brooklyn Gruen with the ball. There's so many Gruens on the floor, I can't tell who. Blocked by Violet Morin and taken away. Outlet to Kira Bazaric. Here come the Tigers. They go far side to Hansen, and now Thorson's three-point shot from the corner. Off the Violet Morin cleaning up the garbage on the offensive rebound. And now Royall, Bria Gruen with the ball. Bria's going to loft it. Brooklyn Gruen cross court. Now down to Mara Gruen. All I have to do is say Gruen for Royall. She's fouled on the floor. We'll see if they give it to Cam Hansen or Violet Morin. I think Cam Hansen's going to pick this one up. It's her first personal, team's third, so both teams with 3 team fouls. Checking back into the game. That Kaylee Simmons. She's going to come in for Gracie Stanek, and Simmons will inbound the ball for Royall on their own baseline. She'll get it into Brooklyn Gruen. Jump shot, way short. Rebound, Violet Morin. Violet Morin is stripped away by Mara Gruen, and now they're going to call a foul on the ground, maybe by Violet Morin. Well, Violet Morin's going to pick up her first personal. 4th team foul. Kaylee Simmons to inbound the ball, and now Bria Gruen going to inbound the ball. And they'll dump it into Mara Gruen, way short. Violet Morin with the ball. Ball never hit the rim. I don't know if that goes to a rebound or a steal, but it's definitely something. Lily Von Falkenstein cross court to Lexi Thorson. Thorson brings it Lily Von Falkenstein out front. Lily's going to feed a streaking Cam Hansen, and she's fouled. The foul is going to go on, is it Simmons? These Royal girls are shy with the numbers. I believe it is Simmons. That's Royal's 4th team foul. They're going to give it 24. 24 is Mara Gruen, her 2nd personal. Team's 4th, and Cameron Hansen to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Tiger team. Cameron's a 33% free throw shooter on the year. And she'll take that one off the back of the iron. Hillsboro 0 for 3 tonight at the free throw line. Not faring real well. Make it 0 for 4. Rebound by Violet Morin. She gets her shot blocked, believe it or not. Up the floor comes Kaylee Simmons with the ball. Go far side to Casey Jones. Jones, Bria Gruen, and now Kaylee Simmons. Simmons driving left side. Gets to the lane, pops it up, doesn't go. Rebound, Lily Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein will bring the ball up the floor, pushing everybody down the floor with her. Now to Lexi Thorson. Thorson brings the ball back out front. Now Kira Bazaric. And they're going to call 3 seconds in the lane. The only Tiger I saw was Violet Morin, so I'm assuming the violation's on Violet Morin. And Bria Gruen to inbound the ball into Gracie Stanek. And up the floor come the Panthers. Stanek driving right side will throw a ball up. It wasn't much of a shot. Once they throw it up, rebound Bria Gruen. Now the ball out front to Casey Jones. Casey Jones to Gracie Stanek. Gracie Stanek, the far wing, pumps it down inside. Here's Kaylee Simmons, and it's blocked and taken away by Violet Morin. Violet Morin outlet to Lexi Thorson, and here come the Tigers. Thorson out in the front court for Hillsboro, now to Cam Hansen. Cam Hansen to Kira Bazaric. Bazaric driving in, left side, takes a shot, doesn't go. Rebound, Violet Morin, the garbage man, puts another one in. And Hillsboro extends their lead to 6. Second chance points for Hillsboro, leading the way. Stolen by Lily Von Falkenstein for Hillsboro. And here they come, up the court to Thorson. Hillsboro charging. Thorson pulls up at the wing. Gives a head nod and passes it to Bazaric. Bazaric driving the lane, jump stop. Throws it up, doesn't go. Loose ball. Thorson will track it down. Cam Hansen. Hillsboro absolutely out-rebounding and out-hustling Royall at this point. Kira Bezerick, cross-court, Lexi Thorson. This is only a deuce. Violet Morin's going to get called with a body foul. And that'll be Violet's second personal. 5th team foul. And checking in for Royall is Brooklyn Gruen. And number 12, Leah Wainwright. Mara Gruen with the ball. She'll come near side to Simmons. Simmons, three-point shot, in and out. Rebound, Kira Bezerick. Bezerick will push the ball up the floor for the Tigers. And now dump it back to Lily Von Falkenstein in front court. Lily's going to find Violet Morin. Morin's going to dump it back out. Three-point shot by Cam Hansen doesn't go. And out of bounds. It'll be possession Royall. And Royall wants a timeout. And a timeout will be called by head coach Andrew Dolan. It appears to be a 30-second timeout. So Hillsboro with a 6-point lead here about halfway through the first half. And the story's been rebounding and second chance points for Hillsboro. Free throws, Hillsboro's 0 for 4. Royall is 1 for 2. Neither team a strong free throw shooting team. And the team that wins this game is going to probably make the free throws.
Tag.
So we're back after the 30-second timeout. On the floor for Hillsboro, Morin, Von Falkenstein, Bezerick, Thorson, and Savannah Britsky. So Stanikel inbound to Mara Gruen, and Mara Gruen brings the ball up the floor for the Panthers. Gruen to the near side. She pops up, 15-foot jump shot, nothing but the bottom of the net. So we said in the pregame they'll have to find an answer for Mara Gruen, and sooner than later for the Tigers. Lily Von Falkenstein, she's going to find Thorson with a 10-foot jumper. It doesn't go, and Violet Morin can't save it. The ball's out of bounds. Royall only trailing by 2 possessions will have the ball. Stanikel inbound to Mara Gruen, and they work the ball up the floor against this Tiger defense. Gruen, the near side, she'll come near side to Kaylee Simmons for a 3-point shot. We got ourselves a 1-point game on the Simmons 3-pointer. And Lexi Thorson now. Here, Bezerick in front court. Bezerick, 23-foot 3-point shot, goes off the front of the rim. Needed about 2 more inches on that one. And Gruen to Wainwright to Stanek. Back to Mara Gruen. Near side to Simmons, and she keeps in bounds. And now back out front to Gruen, top of the key. Gruen to Simmons. Simmons, another 3-point shot off the back of the iron. Rebound, Violet Morin. Morin with an outlet to Bezerick, and they're going to call a foul on the ground. That'll be 5 team fouls for Royall. Both teams with 5 team fouls. Could be on Mara Gruen, as they're all pretty happy. That would be Gruen's 3rd personal foul. We'll check that. It is indeed Mara Gruen's 3rd personal, and she'll take a seat on the bench as Bryant Gruen. A Gruen for a Gruen in the substitution. Lexi Thorson will take a seat as Cameron Hansen comes back into the game. Hillsboro leading by 1. Cam Hansen takes the inbound pass and brings the ball up into the front court for Hillsboro. Now Lily Von Falkenstein. And now Kira Bezerick. Bezerick having trouble finding the handle on the ball. Ends up with a double dribble violation. And Royall checking into the game, I believe, is Casey Jones. And she's going to come in for Leah Wainwright. Inbounding the ball, Kaylee Simmons to Stanek. Gracie Stanek will come into the front court for Royall. Stanek to Simmons. Simmons to Brooklyn Gruen, back to Simmons. Simmons, 15-foot jumper off the back of the iron. Rebound, Kira Bezeric. Bezeric will charge up the floor, pushing both teams up the floor with her. Lily Von Falkenstein with the ball, and now Britsky, 20-foot three-point shot off the back of the iron as she ends up into the stands. And up the floor comes Stanek and the Panthers. Casey Jones going to drive on the right side, pull up, and is blocked by Violet Moore. And Jones pulls the ball back, takes another shot, and score. So Casey Jones on the board for Royall. And now Royall with maybe their first lead of the game, leading 12-11. And Hillsboro with some work to do. Savannah Britsky with the ball near the top of the key. She'll pull the ball back, go cross court to Hansen. Hansen near side to Von Falkenstein. Now dump it into Moore, who can't find the handle on the ball. Kind of alligator armed that one. And up the floor comes Gracie Stanek. She'll come near side to Bria Gruen. And now Casey Jones for three, and she nails it. Hillsboro in trouble all of a sudden. Casey Jones three. And Hillsboro is going to take a full timeout here. Trailing by 4 as Hillsboro has not scored. They've been outscored 10-0 in the last few minutes. I'd like to thank the Mitchell family, Tony the Tiger Mitchell family, for helping support Tiger Athletics. Huffmester Insurance Agency of Hillsboro, I'd like to thank them for their support of the Hillsboro Tigers. And Mr. B's Meats, you can stop down tomorrow morning until 1 p.m. They'll be open. And get weekend ready and get your meat. Thanks Steckel Family Farms and Jill Steckel. If you're in the market for some maple syrup, get a hold of Jill. She's got a little bit left. Patty Buhaw and Suzanne Gandy of the Tiger Fan Club, I'd like to thank them for their support of Hillsboro Athletics. So back after the timeout, Hillsboro finds themselves 2 possessions behind after leading most of the first half. And they'll have to do some quick work and try to put a halt to this Panther confidence that's on the floor right now. Von Falkenstein will inbound the ball to Hansen. And Hansen will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Hansen cross court to Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein to Hansen. Hansen in the front court. Now back to Von Falkenstein on the wing. She'll drive down right side, get it to Violet Moore, and it's tied up. Hillsboro will keep possession of the ball via the possession arrow, but I hate to see that. Hey, girls, you're going the wrong way. For some reason, it just doesn't appear the last 3 or 4 minutes Hillsboro's even been in their heads in this game. So Jalen Blower to inbound. She'll get it into Cameron Hansen. Hansen to Blower. Blower long 3 off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Gracie Stanek, and here come the Panthers. Hillsboro with a lot of work to do. Casey Jones going to throw it through the arms of Kaylee Simmons and be a turnover. Seems to be a rare turnover from Royall, and Hillsboro will take possession of the ball. Jalen Blower to inbound the ball as Kira Bezeric's going to check in for a very tired Violet Morin. So Hillsboro's going to have to go with a small lineup, playing catch-up. Jalen Blower to Cameron Hansen. Hansen, front court. Now Thorson. Thorson will pump fake and bring the ball out front court. Now cross court to Hansen. Cameron Hansen to Lily Von Falkenstein. Jalen Blower, long range 3. Kira Bezeric's going to swat it back out. Lexi Thorson with a 22-footer doesn't go, and Lily Von Falkenstein. Hillsboro with the rebounding advantage tonight. They just aren't getting any points. Cam Hansen to Bezeric. Bezeric out near the top of the key with the ball. And now to Cam Hansen. Hansen to Bezeric. Bezeric drives down free throw line in the lane. Twisting, turning, and it's taken away by Bria Gruen. And up the floor they come. Gruen down court to Gracie Stanek. Off of her hands and out of bounds. Be a turnover back to Hillsboro. And Hillsboro's got to start taking advantage. And now a number 3 checks in. Is that Gracie Stanek? I don't know who number 5 is. I wish Royall could get their stuff straight. Cam Hansen, Jalen Blower, Kira Bezeric, 22-foot three-pointer off the back of the iron. Rebound, Brooklyn Gruen. Brooklyn Gruen gonna... Kaylee Simmons, I think she got away with something there, and everybody else thinks so too. Casey Jones with the ball out on the wing. And now a loose ball on the floor. Violet Morin in the game picks the ball up for the steal. Outlet to Cam Hansen, and the Tigers are in business as they come down and try to set something up. Lexi Thorson pulls up. Kira Bezarek pulls back into the front court for the Tigers. Now down to Cam Hansen. Cam Hansen to Lexi Thorson. Thorson going to lob it into Violet Morin, wide open. An assist for Thorson, and Violet Morin will dump it in off the Thorson assist. And here come Bria Gruen and the Panthers. Bria Gruen to Kaylee Simmons. She's going to take a three off the back of the iron. Rebound, Jalen Blower. Blower bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. She'll dump it to Cam Hansen. Hansen gives it a look and a drive off the backboard. Violet Morin misses the cleanup. And Hillsboro still trailing by 2. Bria Gruen down the floor, and now Cam Hansen will knock it out of bounds in defense. End of the game. I'm going to bet number 5 is Michaela Martin, because I don't have a 12 on here, and she hadn't played yet tonight. Number 5 is Michaela Martin, but she checks back into the game. They gave Michaela's 12 to Wainwright. Lily Von Falkenstein, she's going to miss a shot underneath. Rebound by Casey Jones, outlet to Michaela Martin. Martin to Casey Jones. Casey Jones trying to drive down the left side. Way errant shot, if that's what you call it. Von Falkenstein to Bezarek. They're going to save it to Bezarek. She can't track it down. Von Falkenstein does. Now feeds Morin. Morin underneath. We'll put it in off the Von Falkenstein assist. Casey Jones with the ball for Royall on the far wing. She'll pull out Brooklyn Gruen. We're all tied at 15. Gracie Stanek in the game with the ball. Now Michaela Martin kind of pushing off. Could have been a charge. Casey Jones trying to get it. Martin batted away. And who do we got? Is it Gracie Stanek with the deuce? Lily Von Falkenstein to Jalen Blower. Now Lexi Thorson. Jalen Blower in the corner. Comes near side to Bezarek. Bezarek with a dribble back out to Von Falkenstein for 3. And Lily Von Falkenstein hits a rare three-pointer to put Hillsboro back up by 1. Michaela Martin brings the ball up the floor for Royall. Casey Jones with the ball on the far wing. They're going to call a push, and if they called that on Violet Morin, that's her 3rd personal foul. We'll see what they do. It is indeed Violet's 3rd personal foul. 16 foul on Hillsboro. So Violet's going to have to go to the bench as well as Jalen Blower. Into the game, Savannah Britsky. I don't know who they brought back in. Maybe Lexi Thorson back into the game. Martin inbound the ball. Casey Jones. Now Wainwright also back in the game. Tried to get it Wainwright. Kira Bezarek will steal the ball off Bezarek's foot. Loose ball. And it's going to be a turnover. Off Bezarek's foot and out of bounds, be a turnover. Royall will take possession of the ball. 1:25 left to play in the half. Hillsboro clinging right now to a 1-point lead. Hillsboro leading by as many as 6, Royall by as many as 5. So it's been a back and forth game, to say the least. Michaela Martin with the ball across half court. Hillsboro with relentless pressure. That should be a travel. No call. And Lily Von Falkenstein. And Coach Egan beside himself, and has reason to be. They'll get the ball to Lily Von Falkenstein. She'll drive down right side and drop it in. Lily having a great first half of herself. And Hillsboro extends their lead to at least 1 possession, going up by 3. Gracie Stanek, or rather Kaylee Simmons with the ball. She loses handle on it. Tracked down Savannah Britsky. She's a regular hornet's nest. And there goes Lily Von Falkenstein. Will drop it down and go to the line for the +1. So Von Falkenstein gets fouled. Will go to the line to shoot the free throw. Lily, one of the bright spots on Hillsboro's team, hate to jinx her, she's shooting 64%, if you can call that a bright spot. Kaylee Simmons on the personal foul for Royall, her second personal, team 6, so both teams now in the bonus. As Lily will line up. Shot number, and she drains it. Lily 100% on the night now. And Michaela Martin, they get her trapped up around half court. Nowhere to go, and now they steal the ball. Thorson with the ball. 20 seconds to play. Thorson behind her, and the ball's taken away. And they're going to call a foul on Bria Gruen, and Thorson's going to go to the line to shoot bonus free throws. Coming into the night, Lexi Thorson was a 65% free throw shooter, and she finds herself at the line now for some important ones, if she can make them. Bria Gruen's first personal, team 7th. And Lexi will make the first one. Lexi 1 for 3 on the night, 65% on the year. And now she's 2 for 4. So important free throws being made now in the stretch of the first half here. Michaela Martin with the ball for the Panthers. Zarek almost getting it stolen. Wainwright with the ball. Dumping in Casey Jones from the free throw line. Misses. Ball is knocked right back to Von Falkenstein. 5 seconds left. And she'll launch it down. Can't hit her per man in bone. Looked like Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball to a wide open receiver, and it ended up 2 rows into the crowd. Hillsboro with an 8-second lead with just under 2 seconds to play here in the first half. Bria Gruen into Michaela Martin, and she can't get the shot off. She's going to go to halftime leading 25, Royall 17. Scoring for Hillsboro here in the first half. Lily Von Falkenstein and Violet Morin with 10 apiece. Lexi Thorson with 5 for 25 points for Hillsboro. For Royall, a little more balanced. Casey Jones with 5, Michaela Martin with 5, Mara Gruen with 4, Kaylee Simmons with 4, and Gracie Stanek with 2, for a total of 17. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 9 or 10 minutes for second half action. Please stay tuned to Scenic Plus Conference Basketball. So as both teams make preparations for the start of second half action, again, Hillsboro at halftime leading 25, Royall 17. Leading the scoring for Hillsboro, Lily Von Falkenstein and Violet Morin with 10 apiece. Lexi Thorson dropping in 5 for Hillsboro's 25 points. 17 points for the Royal Panthers. Casey Jones with 5, Michaela Martin with 5, Kaylee Simmons, Mara Gruen with 4 apiece, and adding 2 is Gracie Stanek for 17. So Hillsboro finds themselves up by 8 after a late push. That's the biggest lead Hillsboro's had of the night. They were up by 6. They fell behind by 5, and now they're up by 8. So it's been a back and forth seesaw contest, to say the least. Mara Gruen finds herself in somewhat foul trouble with 3. Likewise, Hillsboro's giant, Violet Morin, the friendly giant, finds herself with 3 personals herself. So the 2 leading scorers in this game, both in somewhat of a foul trouble. Royall will get the ball to start out the second half as Michaela Martin gets set to inbound near half court to Mara Gruen, rounding out the team. Kaylee Simmons, Casey Jones, and Brooklyn Gruen. On court for Hillsboro, Violet Morin, Lexi Thorson, Lily Von Falkenstein, Cameron Hansen, and Kira Bizarek to round out the game or lineup for Hillsboro. Get the referee's whistle, and we are off with the second half. And Gruen with the ball. She'll come near side to Simmons. She'll feed Casey Jones. Jones going to drive to the right side. It's blocked. Violet Morin just picked up foul number 4, seconds in to the second half. And she's going to immediately be checked out by Jalen Blower. Violet Morin's 4th personal, team's first foul. Casey Jones will hit the free throw. Casey Jones on the year is a just like the Twilight Zone. Where is she? A 43% shooter. Is she making them tonight? And she misses that one. Rebound, Jalen Blower. Zarek's going to save it from the over and back. Von Falkenstein to Thorson, drives the left side, and it's fouled, and Thorson will go to the line for the +1. As Lexi Thorson drives in, gets fouled on the shot, drains the 8-foot jumper, and will go to the line to shoot 1 free throw. 7 currently on the night for Lexi. As we said before, Lexi, one of the bright spots for Hillsboro. Don't want to jinx her here, but Lexi coming into the night with a 65% free throw shooter. And Lexi is 3 for 5 tonight. Up the floor comes Mara Gruen. She's at the top of the key. Hillsboro's lead stretched to 10 now. They'll find Gruen underneath, and without Violet Morin in there, Gruen gets an easy bucket. Gruen now, Mara with 6 on the night. Cameron Hansen brings the ball up for the Tigers. Free throw line, drives to center lane. She drives coast to coast, doesn't get it. Rebound, Bria Gruen. Outlet, Mara Gruen. And up the floor come the Panthers. Mara Gruen near side to Calamari, figured that out. Cameron Hansen to Jalen Blower to Lily Von Falkenstein. Short jump shot rattles around and in. Lily now 12 on the night for the Tigers. And up the floor comes Michaela Martin and the Panthers. She comes the near side with the ball. Martin with the ball, she'll lob it in. Mara Gruen with another easy one, and without Violet Morin in there, it's just seems to be easy picking. 8 on the night now for Mara Gruen. She got as many now as she's had in the whole first half. Lexi Thorson driving in, reverse layup, doesn't go. Rebound, Brooklyn Gruen. Outlet, Mara Gruen. They feed it down underneath to Michaela Martin. Now Casey Jones with a shot off the rim. Rebound, Jalen Blower. Blower will bring the ball out, dump it up court to Bizarek. Bizarek driving down center lane, left side, takes a wild shot and in. Kira Bezerk her first points of the night. And Coach Scott Egan and the Tigers want a 30-second timeout. Hillsboro will have 3 timeouts left, Royal with 4. Hillsboro currently with an 8-point lead, which is the same we were when we started the second half. Both teams a 1 team foul apiece as we come to the end of the 30-second timeout. Hillsboro on the floor for Hillsboro, Lexi Thorson, Cam Hansen, Kira Bezerk, Jalen Blower, and Lily Von Falkenstein. On the floor is Bria Gruen, Brooklyn Gruen, Mara Gruen, Michaela Martin, and Casey Jones. So Gruen, Mara takes an inbound pass into the front court for Royal. Go far side to Martin. Martin with the ball on the far wing. She'll drive up near and find Mara Gruen just inside the circle. Takes a jump shot, doesn't go. Out of bounds on Brooklyn Gruen, I believe. Be Hillsboro's ball on the turnover. Kira Bezerk will inbound to Jalen Blower, and Jalen will bring the ball up the floor. Dumps it in the corner to Cam Hansen. Now back up front, Jalen Blower. Find Lily Von Falkenstein underneath. She'll make the drive and score. Lily Von Falkenstein with 14 points on the night. Mara Gruen comes up the floor. Hillsboro leading by 10 now. They'll find Michaela Martin working underneath. Errant shot. Ball up for grabs on the floor. It comes out to Casey Jones. She'll find Mara Gruen. 17-foot jump shot doesn't go. Rebound and foul. Bria Gruen doesn't get the shot to go, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. We'll pick up, see who the Hillsboro foul's on. Bria Gruen, a 50% free throw shooter. Hillsboro's second team foul, first personal on Lexi Thorson. And Bria Gruen will miss her first shot. And checking in is Kaylee Simmons for Michaela Martin. And Bria Gruen with a shot, and she misses them both. She gets her own rebound up and in. So Bria Gruen gets her own rebound on the missed free throw, so nothing lost on that. Lexi Thorson now drives in. 12-foot jump shot doesn't go. Rebound Mara Gruen. Gruen's going to dump it into Casey Jones. She dumps out to Kaylee Simmons. 15-foot jumper doesn't go. How does the ball hit the floor and Bria Gruen cleaning up the garbage? And garbage it was. I don't know why Hillsboro did not pick that ball up. It should never hit the floor. Great hustle by Bria Gruen. Lexi Thorson out on the near wing with the ball. Thorson near the free throw line will skip it across to Bezerk. Bezerk on the far wing. Bezerk pulls up just beyond the arc. Doesn't go. Ball's going to go saved into Gracie Stanek into Mara Gruen, and Gruen will bring the ball up for the Panthers. Only trailing by 6 now. It was 10 not too long ago. Ball up, and Bria Gruen. It's been all Bria Gruen here as of late. Gracie Stanek, now Casey Jones. Kaylee Simmons going to drive the left side to the right side. Doesn't go. Rebound. Still loose on the floor. Ball on the floor, and it's tied up Kira Bezerk. The possession arrow is going to be Hillsboro, unless they call it a foul. It is indeed possession arrow Hillsboro. So Jalen Blower will inbound the ball. And if that wasn't a mess. Inbound to Lily Von Falkenstein, and she will bring it up the floor. And now to Kira Bezerk, and it's stolen by Mara Gruen on kind of a slow, lazy pass. And they're going to call a foul on Lily Von Falkenstein. From the upstairs booth here, it looked like a clear block. And the official is telling Lily, you might have blocked the ball, but you got her with the body. And so Mara Gruen to the line. Pretty good free throw shooter. Mara is 71% on the year. And she'll rattle that one home. Mara with 9 on the night as of now. And she'll line up and try to make this a 4-point game, and she rattles that one home. Mara 10 on the night for the Panthers. Kira Bezerk brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Royall chipping away at the Hillsboro lead. Cam Hansen brings the ball near side. Now Jalen Blower. Blower goes far side. Pizarnik, 20-foot three-point shot off the front of the rim. Doesn't go. And they're going to call a jump ball. Royall will have the possession arrow. Lily von Falkenstein may have gotten away with one. So Royall will take the ball on the possession arrow. Hillsboro will get the possession arrow back. Brooklyn Gruen in for Casey Jones, and Mara Gruen brings the ball up the floor. Mara Gruen the near side. Casey Jones for three, and she's going to rattle it home. And they only gave her two. They set her toes on the line. So Kaylee Simmons with 6 on the night. Hansen to Pizarnik. Pizarnik near top of the key, free throw line. Kick it out to Thorson. Thorson now, free throw line. She's looking for help. She'll get it to Pizarnik on the far side. Pizarnik with the ball. Pizarnik looking for some room. Driving down. Gets in the lane. Kicks it out. Hansen. 20-foot three-pointer. Rattles around the rim. Doesn't go. Von Falkenstein did her best to keep that ball alive, but all the Hillsboro players running down the floor. Nobody staying in. Lily von Falkenstein with the rebound. She brings it up. She's going to dump it down to Hansen, who's got to give chase and can't catch up to it. Be a turnover back to Royall. Hillsboro's lead cut to 2 points. Leah Wainwright checking in for the Panthers. Wainwright will inbound to Gruen. And Gruen will dump it into nobody but Hillsboro Tigers. And Thorson comes out of the mess with it. Gets it to Hansen down 4. Hansen slowing things up to Thorson, now Pizarnik. Pizarnik giving a strong look at a 23-footer and feeds it into von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein's going to get called for a double dribble. And I'm really surprised that's not called more often than not. To knock the ball to the ground, grab it, and dribble again. A lot of times you'll get away with it. I see it gotten away with it a lot. It's not tonight. Mara Gruen. She'll throw the ball. There's Michaela Martin with a nice move of her own. She'll drop one down. Lexi Thorson was out on that one.
What's that?
I believe so. So Thorson with 11 on the night now. Brooklyn Gruen's going to just toss one up. Rebound by Kira Pizarnik, and we're going to call it jump ball as Kira tried to pull the girl over her back. Almost got the foul call, but it'd be Hillsboro's ball via possession arrow. Checking into the game is, I think, Bria Gruen. Mara Gruen's going to take a break, and Hillsboro with a chance to take off again. Lily von Falkenstein for 3. She'll put one way up in the air off the back of the iron. Rebound Kaylee Simmons. Simmons will charge up the floor. Martin dribbling around, and they're going to call a foul on the floor on Hillsboro. That'd be the 4th team foul on Hillsboro. They're going to give it number 22, I believe. That's Jalen Blower, I believe. It is indeed, and her 2nd personal. Now they're going to say it's a shooting foul, and the official that called it said it was on the floor. I guess we're going to shoot free throws. Martin with a free throw. She'll hit that one. 8 on the night for Martin. She'll line up for free throw number 2. Michaela, a 50% free throw shooter on the year. And that's where she's going to stay. Rebound, Lily von Falkenstein. Hillsboro takes the ball with a 1-possession lead. Kira Pizarnik with the ball on the far side. She'll bring it near side to Cam Hansen. Hansen near the top of the key. He'll pull up, fake a shot. Lexi Thorson for three. And she's going to go to the line on a 3-shot foul. So Lexi Thorson to the line. Foul on Michaela Martin. That'll be the second team foul on Royall. Second personal foul on Martin. Lexi Thorson to the line to shoot 3 free throws. Lexi lines up number 1 on the way and in. Lexi now at 12 on the night. Lexi lining up for number 2. And she makes that one. Call it 13. As we said before, Lexi was a 65% free throw shooter heading into the game tonight. End of the game is Savannah Britsky. And Lexi will line up for shot number 3. And that one doesn't go, but Lily Von Falkenstein there, she can't quite get it. That would have been huge if she could have finished that one. And Mara Gruen brings the ball up for the Panthers. Gracie Stanek now in the game with the ball out to Casey Jones. Casey Jones looking, she'll drive down, dump it to Bria Gruen. Bria Gruen is travel. Lily Von Falkenstein on the ground, and she tackled her kind of like a linebacker running down a running back. But the tackle was caused by the travel of Gruen, and she tried to hold herself up, causing Von Falkenstein to run into it. There's the explanation. Here comes Bizarek with the ball. Bizarek far side to Thorson. Thorson hands off to Britsky. Britsky, couple dribbles back to Hansen. Hansen to Thorson. Thorson to Britsky. Britsky back out front to Bizarek. Bizarek will drive the middle of the lane, pop a shot up, doesn't go. They come down with it, and they're going to call it a jump ball as everybody ends up out of bounds. Royall has possession of the arrow. Hillsboro will get that back, but it'll be Royall's ball as Bria Gruen will inbound to Mara Gruen. We can only assume Mara Gruen's going to come up the floor with the ball. Just under 10 minutes left. Long shot, and she drains it from Kaylee Simons. She's got 9 now on the night to the lead Royall. Lexi Thorson looks at a long 3 and still looking now. She's going to drive down. Top of the key, gets it to Bizarek. Bizarek back to Thorson. Thorson's going to pull up. 20-foot jumper, and Thorson's going to drain the 3. Thorson 16 on the night for the Tigers. Gruen will bring the ball up. She's going to pop a 3, and she's going to drain it. Mara Gruen, and we got a 3-point shoot off. Gruen with 13 on the night now for the Panthers. Bizarek to Britsky, back to Bizarek. Bizarek looking for somebody, finds Hansen on the near side. Hansen near the top of the key, now far side to Britsky. Britsky going to drive in. She takes the right side, drives in and out, doesn't go. Rebound, Bria Gruen. Outlet, Mara Gruen. Here come the Panthers, trailing by 1. Mara Gruen. Bria Gruen, back to Mara Gruen with the lay-in. And Royall with the lead in this one now, with Mara Gruen 15. Her average is 17, only 2 points off her average right now. Lexi Thorson brings the ball down, finds Cam Hansen. Hansen, 22-foot 3-point shot off the front of the iron. And Savannah Britsky's going to tie up Gracie Stanek, and Hillsboro will take possession of the ball on the arrow. Jalen Blower checking into the game. And she's going to check in for Kira Bizarek. In the game is Michaela Martin and Brooklyn Gruen coming in for the Panthers. Jalen Blower to inbound the ball for the Tigers. Trailing by 1. Tigers have led most of the game, but they're really struggling, and that pass is stolen by Michaela Martin. Outlet to Mara Gruen. Here comes the Panthers. Brooklyn Gruen, she's going to get a shot, doesn't go. Mara Gruen can't get her shot to go. Mara Gruen there to put another one in. And now Gruen, at her average, is 17. So Hillsboro, they gave her 17-point average. They got to find a way to shut her down. Lily Von Falkenstein to Cam Hansen. Hansen, Jalen Blower. throws up. Wasn't much of a shot, more of a throw. Doesn't go. Hillsboro trailing by 3. Gruen will lob it down. Wide open. Michaela Martin can't make the shot. Lily von Falkenstein with the rebound. And now Mara Gruen, I think, just picked up foul number 4, and that could be huge. Now what Hillsboro has to do is drive the ball at Gruen. Make Gruen grab and reach. And they're going to give the foul to Bria Gruen, not Mara. And so all my talk for naught. And Royall with 3 team fouls, Hillsboro with 4. Royall's going to put on some full court pressure, leading by 3. Kira Bezerk inbound the ball for Hillsboro. She'll get it into Cam Hansen. Hansen back to Kira Bezerk. Bezerk going to dribble up the floor, jump stop, throw it up Cam Hansen across the timeline, and Hillsboro in business. Hillsboro sets their offense, goes to Jalen Blower on the far side wing. Blower lobs it inside to Violet Morin down the game. Violet Morin's fouled and go to the free throw line. So Violet Morin will go to the free throw line for Hillsboro. Don't want to jinx Violet. She's had a rough night tonight. She's 75% at the line. Hillsboro's leading free throw shooter. Savannah Britsky getting ready to check in. And Violet off the front of the rim. Brooklyn Gruen charged with their first personal foul. Both teams with 4 team fouls as Violet Morin will line up for shot number 2. And that one's not any good. Coming off the bench, cold, and she misses 2 free throws. But it goes out of bounds and Hillsboro gets possession of the ball. So hopefully we can salvage something out of this for the Tigers. Kira Bezerk. Savannah Britsky back in the game now. Kira Bezerk inbound the ball. She'll get it to Cam Hansen. Hansen driving right side, dumps it to Britsky. 21-foot three-point shot off the back of the iron. Doesn't go. Rebound, Mara Gruen. So Mara Gruen, and you know they're going to go at Violet Morin. She's got to play straight up. And that ball's off of Royall, and they track it down. New life for the Panthers. Michaela Martin with the ball. She'll dump it to Mara Gruen. Mara Gruen driving left side, straight up and in. Mara, they got to find an answer soon for Mara Gruen. She's got 19. And Coach Scott Egan wants a timeout to talk things over with his Tiger squad. It's a full timeout. And we'd like to thank Hillsboro Equipment, Mawson Equipment, Slamas Lawn and Sport for their continued support of Hillsboro Athletics. We'd like to thank the Mitchell family, Jeff and Bobby Mitchell, parents of Tony the Tiger Mitchell, for supporting Tiger Athletics, and the Huffmester Insurance Agency in downtown Hillsboro for their support of the Hillsboro Tigers. I'd like to also thank Mr. B's Smokehouse Meats for their continued support of the Hillsboro Athletic Booster Club. Stop down and get weekend ready with Mr. B's Meats. I think they're still taking boneless venison for processing too. Stop down and see Mr. B's Meats for all your meat needs. Last I heard they got cooked shrimp down there too. Ready to eat cooked shrimp. Maybe that was just a special. I know they had it last week. So Kira Bezerk after the Hillsboro timeout. Hillsboro with 2 left, Royall with 4. Hillsboro trailing by 5. Possibly their biggest deficit of the night. And Kira Bezerk bringing the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Now Lily von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein pulled up just a little early. I think she had a wide open look. Lexi Thorson going to take advantage of that, working inside, and it's knocked out of bounds. Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball. Kira Bezerk inbound. She'll dump it in the front court to Lily von Falkenstein. She'll drive the right side and nail it. Lily, the bright spot for Hillsboro tonight. She's got 16 now. Pulls Hillsboro within a possession as Mara Gruen brings the ball up. Hillsboro needs a stop here. Mara Gruen pulls up and hits. No answers for Mara Gruen. She's got 21. At Hillsboro, they got to find something against her right now. Just think if she didn't have to sit on the bench half the first half, she'd have 40 points. Kira Bezerk, Lily von Falkenstein with the ball on near side. Lexi Thorson. Thorson with the ball coming near side to Cam Hansen. Hansen with the ball. Hansen driving down. Now Lily Von Falkenstein driving in. She tries to get it to Morin, which would have been a great assist again. It goes out of bounds. Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball. Michaela Martin checking into the game. She's going to come in for Bria Gruen. And Kira Bezerk to inbound the ball. Hillsboro trailing by 5. And they're going to dump it into Cam Hansen, who was not looking for that ball. Now she's going to drive right side and get it to roll in. Cam Hansen's first deuce of the night brings Hillsboro within a possession. And Mara Gruen drops it down. Wainwright from the corner doesn't go. Rebound Lexi Thorsten. Hillsboro in business now. Can come a little closer. They get the ball to Bezerk across the timeline. Bezerk driving down the center of the lane. Gets her shot blocked. Picked up by Mara Gruen. And Gruen brings the ball up the floor. Finds a wide open Michaela Martin underneath the basket. Martin now 10 points on the night. Hillsboro trying to force things that aren't there. And now a pushing match between Wainwright and Violet Morin. Morin can't push, but there are 2 people on her. And Hillsboro still can't get a rebound. Rebound Martin outlet Gruen. And Lexi Thorson getting physical now. And who are they going to call the foul on? There's a late whistle. Are they going to call it on Lexi? I think they indeed did call on Lexi Thorson. She had a clear push. They're going to call her for a block. Her second personal, Hillsboro's 5th team foul. And Savannah Britsky in for Kira Bezerk. Martin to Gruen. And now Savannah Britsky with a steal and a breakaway. She can slow down, make this work. It does not work. Lily Von Falkenstein there to clean up the garbage, and she can't. And now a fight for the ball. And they're going to call a foul, maybe on Savannah Britsky. I don't know. We'll see who they call the foul on. A loose ball foul. Absolutely on Savannah Britsky. Hillsboro with 2 golden chances, and they missed them both on that one. So things definitely not going the Tiger way right now. Coming into the game is Brooklyn Gruen and Bria Gruen. Looks like Wainwright and Martin are checking out. Hillsboro with the ball. And Hillsboro cannot come up with it. It's stolen on the inbounds pass. Here comes Simmons. That's a carry or a double dribble or what they're going to call. The cover of the volleyball standard come off and that stopped play. They missed the carry or double dribble. But there's a cover of the volleyball standard. Now they're going to bring some tape to tape it down. Come loose on the floor. So Royall will have the ball on their own baseline with a 5-point lead. And they shifted a personal foul to lay out Wainwright in the meantime. Casey Jones to Mara Gruen. They're going to find a wide open Bria Gruen underneath, and she's been a menace the second half. She's only got 6 points, but they've been 6 big ones. And Lexi Thorson with the ball. Cam Hansen near the top of the key, and now near side to Lily Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein twisting, turning, and they're going to call a jump ball. Royall has the possession arrow along with the 7-point lead. Now Hillsboro's got to find some answers, and answers quick, as we are about 3.5 minutes from the end of this one. Mara Gruen bringing the ball up the floor. They dump the ball near side to Brooklyn Gruen. Brooklyn Gruen. Casey Jones with a long two, doesn't go. Rebound, Mara Gruen. Blocked twice by Lily Von Falkenstein, and finally Violet Morin will come out with a rebound. Cam Hansen, and she errantly throws it. Hillsboro not passing strong. Knocked away by Britsky. Simmons tracks it down, doesn't get it. Rebound, Cam Hansen. We're off to the races again. Lexi Thorson's going to wisely pull it up. And now for three, and it rattles off the rim. Lily Von Falkenstein can't get, yeah, she does get it to go. Lily Von Falkenstein is 18. And Hillsboro. And there's a violation. They're going to call a timeout. Royall will call a timeout. They'll have 3 left. Hillsboro with 2. A full timeout called by Royall.
Run down and
With just under 3 minutes, 2:47 left to play. Hillsboro finds themselves down by 5. They need a couple big baskets and some defensive stands and get back into this. Hillsboro led by 8 at halftime, down by 5 right now. They've been outscored by 13 in the second half. I'm sure Coach Scott Egan's not real happy. Most of the second half, or a big share of it, and having to play without Violet Morin is 10 seconds into the second half. She picked up foul number 4 and has spent the bulk of the time on the bench. Hillsboro going with a little faster lineup right now with Savannah Britsky, Lily Von Falkenstein, Cam Hansen, Lexi Thorson, and Jalen Blower on the floor. So Martin inbound the ball. Hillsboro putting pressure on. They'll get it into Casey Jones. Jones to Mara Gruen. Mara Gruen's going to lob it down Martin. Martin brings it out. Casey Jones. Jones gives it a look, drives down. Gets it to Bria Gruen. Casey Jones. Michaela Martin out front with the ball. Martin in the front court. She'll get it to Mara Gruen. Gruen's going to get it knocked away by Britsky, and they're going to say Britsky stepped out of bounds with the ball. So Hillsboro got the steal they're looking for. Britsky's coming out. Kira Bezeric back into the game. And Michaela Martin inbound the ball. She'll get it to Mara Gruen. Gruen can't get it to go. Lily Von Falkenstein will shovel it up to Jalen Blower, who drives the right side, and that's not going to go. Lily Von Falkenstein can't get the rebound. She's still on the floor. And Bria Gruen, she's going to go up. And Mara Gruen, or rather Michaela Martin, will roll out of bounds with the ball. Violet Morin checking into the game for the Tigers. Kaylee Simmons in for Royall. Bria Gruen taking a break. Jalen Blower out for Hillsboro. Lexi Thorson inbound the ball with no help at all. And now Kira Bezeric will go up to take the inbound pass. Bezeric Von Falkenstein right near side now to Thorson. Thorson, Cam Hansen pulls up, 3-point shot on the run. Hits nothing but the bottom of the net on the run. 5 points now for Cam Hansen all in the second half. Hillsboro within 2. Mara to Brooklyn Gruen. Brooklyn Gruen in, out, and in. So Brooklyn Gruen will get a score. That is Brooklyn Gruen's first deuce of the night. Puts Royall back up by 4. Cam Hansen to Kira Bezeric. Minute and a half left. Cam Hansen to Lexi Thorson. Thorson driving down into the lane, takes a shot, doesn't go. Rebound, Mara Gruen. Mara Gruen walks the ball up the floor with a minute and 10 seconds left to play in this one. Gruen to Brooklyn Gruen. To Michaela Martin. The Royals going to play the game. Hillsboro, the fouls to give should be given them, I think. Casey Jones pumps it back out. The whole crowd's hollering the foul. The shot blocked by Violet, or rather Lily Von Falkenstein. Violet Moore will pick up the loose change, and now it's knocked away. And Hillsboro didn't even chase the loose ball. They just watched Royal pick it up. And a timeout for Royal with just under 40 seconds, 39.2 left to play in a 4-point lead. And Royal's going to talk it over. Get their free throw shooters on the floor nonetheless. And Hillsboro with a lot of work in front of them in the last half minute of play. As I said earlier, maybe even in the first half, the team that loses this game is going to say, how do we let that one get away? Neither team has played flawlessly. Granted, it's the first conference game of the year, 5th game overall for these girls. So it's not like it's the first night on the floor. And Hillsboro, for the first time this year, is showing a little bit fatigue, in my opinion. So Hillsboro looking at giving full court pressure with fouls to give. You can bet they're going to foul quite quickly. And they've got to be all over them. And now they're going to call a foul on Cam Hansen. And she gives the official the like what? And everybody in the stands knows she was trying to grab something. So the next foul will put Royal in the bonus. So Hillsboro's got to pick out the gal that can't make free throws. Maybe Casey Jones, throw her to the floor. Jones with the ball, there was her chance. Simmons, and a pickoff by Cam Hansen, and Hansen is fouled by Michaela Martin. And so that'll give Hillsboro the ball. Martin will pick up her 3rd personal. Timeout Hillsboro. Both teams with 6 fouls apiece, so the next foul for either team will put the other one in the bonus. 30 seconds left to play in this one, and it's far from over. I do not believe either team is going to reach their season average tonight. They're both scoring around 67 points a game. Unless we go overtime, I don't see either team getting there tonight. Not with 30 seconds left to play. So Hillsboro with a inbounds pass near the scorer's table. And they're going to get it inbounded to Violet Moore and Lily Von Falkenstein. Cam Hansen in the front court now for Hillsboro. Kier Bezeric. Bezeric will track down the loose ball. Take a long 25-foot three. Doesn't make it. Bezeric still on the floor. Cam Hansen's going to pick it up, and they're going to call a foul on to action. Cam Hansen will be shooting free throws for Hillsboro. Single bonus, a 1-on-1 situation for Cam. Obviously, we need them both. Ideal situation is to make the first one, get the rebound on the second one. Dump it in, a quick foul. Royal miss, Hillsboro come down and win the game. So there's scenarios where this game is far from over with 14 seconds left to play. So Cam Hansen here, 33% free throw shooter, looking to do the unbelievable, and she makes the first one. Cam was 6 on the night, all in the second half. Jalen Blower's in for Violet Morin, as they don't want Violet picking up number 5. Hillsboro only down by a shot right now. And they'll miss that one. And they didn't get the rebound. They're going to quickly foul Mara Gruen, an 83% free throw shooter coming into tonight. So it's not an ideal situation. It's not the person Hillsboro wanted to foul. Violet Morin's going to come in for Savannah Britsky now and assume a rebound position as Mara Gruen's in a bonus. Nothing's guaranteed. Mara can miss too. 17% of the time she misses. So the Tigers with 12 seconds left, looking for a miss, a rebound, and a three-point shot. Mara's going to make it, put Royall up by 4. Now Hillsboro's going to need some help. Mara Gruen 22 on the night for Royall. But she'll make them both to pretty much ice this ballgame. 23. Hillsboro with still a little bit life left. And Lexi Thorson picks it up. She's going to have to take a shot quick. Don't have time to dribble. Last 10 seconds. Cameron Hansen and Coach Scott Egan, as the shot is sailing, they whistled and called timeout. He could argue to put some time back on the clock. 8 seconds left. Hillsboro trailing by 5. Hillsboro needs a quick 3. Or a deuce anyway. And then they need to... Hillsboro needs a quick 3, so Royall has to inbound the ball. If there's less than 5 seconds left, Hillsboro has no timeouts remaining. Royall doesn't even have to inbound the ball if there's less than 5 seconds left. So, barring any miracle in the SBC, Royall is looking at going 1-0 on top of the conference. Hillsboro slipping to the bottom of the conference at 0-1. And it's not the start that Hillsboro wanted to their Scenic Plus Conference season. Jalen Blower to inbound the ball. And she'll get it into, and that's the end of the game. And Hillsboro's going to foul. But even if Hillsboro would make a basket, there's no way to stop the clock. And so this one is essentially over. Congratulations to the Royall Panthers. Don't call me a Scrooge at Christmas time for awarding them a win with 6 seconds left, but it's literally impossible for Hillsboro to win this game. Casey Jones will miss a free throw, and they're going to throw it down, and it's knocked in the air, and this time's going to expire. Royall 57, Hillsboro 52. Scoring for the Hillsboro Tigers, leading the way and playing a great game, in my opinion, is Lily Von Falkenstein with 18 points. Lexi Thorson right behind her with 16. Violet Morin with 10, and in foul trouble early, and that was maybe the difference in the game. I'm sure if Violet Morin isn't in foul trouble and can play most of that second half, I'm sure that Hillsboro probably comes out a winner. Something for him to look at next time. Cameron Hansen added 6, and Kira Bazaric with a deuce for Hillsboro's 52. For the Royall Panthers, they're led by Mara Gruen, game high 23, followed by Michaela Martins 10, Kaylee Simons with 9, Bria Gruen with 6, Casey Jones 5, Gracie Stanek, and Brooklyn Gruen adding a deuce apiece for 57. So that being said, our next broadcast will be Monday night. The Hillsboro Tiger boys will be here in Hillsboro live, non-conference action versus the visiting DeSoto Pirates from the Ridge and Valley. So have a great weekend. Have to put on a coat tomorrow. It's warm today, it's cold tomorrow. We're in that warm cold. Enjoy it while you can, people. The weather's a-changing. Have a great weekend. For Jill Steckel and myself, have a good night.